The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Authorities are set to continue search and rescue operations for the Cessna 206 plane that went missing in Isabela on Tuesday. This after they called off rescue operations on Wednesday due to strong winds. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines says it is not ruling out the possibility that the 6 passengers, including the pilot, survived the crash. CAAP was alerted of the missing plane which departed from Cauayan Airport when it did not land at its estimated time of arrival of 2:45 p.m. Meanwhile, the Philippine Air Force grounded its entire fleet of SF-260s after a training aircraft crash-landed into a rice field in Bataan on Wednesday and killed both pilots. Air Force spokesperson Colonel Major Consuelo Castillo said the aircraft crashed while performing a training flight in Sitio Tabon, Barangay del Rosario in Pilar Town. Castillo added that the PAF will extend all the necessary assistance and support to the bereaved families of the pilots. The Senate Minority Bloc failed in their bid to transfer the Maharlika Investment Fund bill to the Committee on Government Corporations and Public Enterprises. This as 19 majority senators voted against removing the bill from the Committee on Banks, Financial Institutions and Currencies. The Committee on Banks is chaired by Senator Mark Villar, who also filed the proposed Maharlika Fund bill in the Senate. Senate President Mig Zubiri believes that Villar's chairmanship would not affect the scrutiny of the bill. Zubiri also maintained that the bill is under the right committee.
What is being established here is a financial institution of government. It's a funding source. It will be used for funding mechanism, and therefore, on the face of it all, it seems more appropriate to leave it with the Committee on Banks and Financial Institutions.
Senator Francis Tolentino also noted the committee's jurisdiction. Nevertheless, Tolentino said that the Senate must scrutinize the bill, quote, to the last period. Meanwhile, Minority Senator Risa Ontiveros promised as such. She said there are more pressing issues to attend to than the Maharlika Fund bill.
I-interpolate talaga yan heavily on yung grounds kung bakit hindi yan kailangan, hindi yan parang debate talaga. Hindi yan practicable, hindi yan kailangan, at hindi yan ang magbebenepisyo sa ating mga Pilipino ngayong panahon. Ang daming mas urgent na problema, 'di ba? Inflation, presyo ng pagkain, baba ng sahod at sweldo, di pa ganap na implementasyon ng universal healthcare. So, first things first, priorities muna.
The Health Department is still concerned over COVID-19 deaths in the country. DOH Officer in Charge Maria Rosario Vergere warned against complacency, even amid a continuous drop in fatalities. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority shows that COVID-19 is no longer part of the top 10 causes of deaths in the country.
Kapag nag-usap tayo tungkol sa mga namamatay, that would always be a concern for every country. So kahit na isa lang yung namatay, it is a concern.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization is set to meet on Friday to discuss whether COVID-19 will remain as a global emergency.
While I will not preempt the advice of the Emergency Committee, I remain very concerned by the situation in many countries and the rising number of deaths.
We will be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Marikina Representative Stella Kimbo raised the possibility of a cartel manipulating the onion supply crisis and market prices. This as the Bureau of Plant Industry reveals that the local supply of onions were sufficient as of August last year, while farm gate prices remained low. However, when asked about possible cartels, the Bureau could not categorically confirm nor deny their existence.
Ma'am, hindi ko po maano kung may cartel, pero mukhang aside from the production, ma'am, at saka sa importation ay meron pong parang nagko-control nga po. Hindi ko po alam kung yun na nga po ang tawag doon, madam.
The Bureau also shared that it discovered bags of onions hidden in a warehouse in Valenzuela during a raid last November 30. However, the supplies disappeared when authorities returned the next day. Kimbo urged the Agriculture Department to consider the cartel angle when investigating such cases.
Kung hindi talaga mapaliwanag ang paggalaw ng presyo, para sa akin, ang sagot niyan talaga kartel eh. Yun lang talaga. There just has to be artificial manipulation of prices. Sana po idagdag ng DA doon po sa ways forward ang pangatlong punto, which is tingnan natin ang posibilidad ng presensya at paggalaw ng isang onion cartel dito po sa atin.
Army Commander Jesus Durante has been relieved from his post after he was tagged by authorities as the mastermind in the killing of Davao businesswoman Yvonne Plaza. The details in this report.
Brigadier General Jesus Durante has been tagged as the mastermind in the killing of Davao model and businesswoman Yvonne Chua Plaza. The Special Investigation Task Force probing Plaza's death announced this following the surrender of those who were supposedly ordered to carry out the crime. Durante headed the Presidential Security Group of former President Rodrigo Duterte before being assigned as the Philippine Army's 101st Brigade Commander.
I think we have a very strong case, and we really help the prosecutor's office. We provided them all the necessary evidence to prove that indeed the person responsible for the death of Yvonne Chua Plaza are the ones we charged in court.
According to the Davao City Special Investigation Task Group, the strike team behind Plaza's killing were personnel of the 101st Infantry Brigade. In a diagram shown by authorities during a press conference, it was revealed that the conflict between Chua and Durante started when Chua posted on Facebook details of how Durante supposedly abused her. The post was published days before Chua's death. The victim's laptop revealed more information like contact numbers, intimate photos, and email messages she sent to Durante. Investigators say Chua used this information to blackmail the general.
We have the affidavit of our witness saying that the victim has a very sensitive information against General Durante, and she used it to blackmail the respondent.
The investigation showed that Durante ordered 101st Deputy Commander Michael Licyayo to kill Chua. It was Licyayo who formed the strike team to carry out the kill order. Members of the strike team are Staff Sergeant Gilbert Plaza, who served as team leader, Corporal Adrian Cachero, who served as motorcycle rider, and Sergeant Delphine Shalsa, who served as the gunman. Other personnel used for the operation include Corporal Romart Elongakit, Rolly Cabal, and Noel Hapitan.
Our case against Durante is anchored on two things. First, we look at the totality of the circumstances, plus the very good restatement, the extrajudicial confession of Shiatsan and the other one.
Plaza and Cachero both submitted an affidavit proving that Licyayo was the one who provided them the gun, equipment, and other details on Chua's location. Recall that Chua was gunned down right in front of her house at Green Meadows subdivision back on December 30. After the killing, gunman Shalsa and rider Cachero took the victim's bag, ID, and credit card. The suspects claimed Licyayo ordered them to burn these items. Hapitan was also ordered to break apart and change the paint of the motorcycle used for the operation. To make way for an impartial investigation into the case, Army Chief Romeo Bronner relieved Durante from his post. Bronner also noted that the killing of Plaza was not a service-sanctioned mission. Arian Kalumbiran, We Are One News.
In other news, the MRT3 management assures that it is ready to cater to commuters as the train line's ridership bounced back to its pre-pandemic levels. According to data, nearly 400,000 passengers used the train line last Friday, the highest recorded since the onset of the pandemic in 2020. Prior to this, average daily ridership at the MRT3 has been steadily rising in the last 2 years. Daily passenger volume more than doubled in 2022 as COVID restrictions eased and more people returned to work. MRT3 General Manager Federico Canar Jr. tells the big story that the influx in passengers is expected, especially after government stopped offering free rides at the EDSA carousel.
Tinigil na nila yung free ride. And therefore, naniningil na sila. So ang mga pasahero po na gustong sumakay sa carousel, dumadaan po, inaalaw po namin sila makadaan sa aming sa loob mismo ng istasyon. So, may option po ngayon ng yung pasahero. Pag nakita nila sa carousel na mahabang pila, dadaan sila ngayon sa MRT3 na mura ang pasahe, ay mura ang yung stored value cards. Ang option po nila ay dito na lang ako bibili.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.